Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay, we just got out of the theater watching Clown in the Cornfield, and we're going to talk some spoilers with y'all.
Man, one of the things I thought was funny about this movie was just some of the jokes that they tried to make that just didn't land. Like, the girl's dad was really cheesy. Like when he got abducted by one of the clowns, he tried to make like a cheesy joke when he stuck a knife in the clown's neck or whatever. Like, don't pull it out, as he's struggling, like dying. He pulls it out. And he's like, tried to tell you. It's just, I don't know. It was just so cheesy that it was funny to me. And there's a lot of that in this movie.
At first, you're thinking it's got to be one of these kids. It's either going to be Rusty. It could be the other main dude. I can't think of his name right now. But then once they get to the point where they show, okay, it's not this guy or it's not these guys, then you know it's just like the old people of the town or the killers. And they should have called this Clowns in a Cornfield, but I guess they didn't want to give that twist away, because like it went from one clown to a bunch of different clowns. And then like the sheriff came and just took the one kid away, Robbie or whatever the fuck his name was. Like, so like, you know, that they're in with it.
That's about the part I knew that they were. It took me a while to figure that out. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's about the part I knew when all the townspeople were in on it, is when the cop picked him up. But I ain't gonna lie. At first, I thought, because the one dude said that the teacher in the beginning of the movie, his brother killed himself after the fire at the factory. So I thought maybe it was his brother.
Yeah. See, I'd forgot about the teacher in the beginning. They clearly had to set that up to make you think that he could have been. And then when he talked about his brother committed suicide, those are the only two parts. So in my mind, I didn't really think about them two being a killer, but there's these kids walking out and we could hear them talking, and they thought that it was like, oh, it had to be the one kid, and then the other one's like, oh, I thought it was going to be the teacher, but I only thought it was either going to be two of the kids. It had to be the one or the other. And then once I found out it wasn't them, I was like, okay, yeah, it's the town people. And I was like, it has to be them. I wasn't 100% sold on it until what he said about when the cop just took the one kid away.
Yeah.
And then the kid's dad looked like the Joker, like Jack Nicholson.
He did, Jack Nicholson Joker,
wannabe. I didn't know that this was going to be, like a fucking Joker 3 movie. And I think even the kids that was walking out in front of us said something about that. Oh, this is Joker 2 or something like that.
Yeah. He looked like Penguin trying to be the Joker, though.
Or the Riddler, I don't know. He looked like Alfred trying to be the Joker or something. But yeah, that was kind of. There was cheesy dialogue between them. He's like, "Oh, it was you. You done it for insurance. You're the one that burnt down the factory," because the factory was, these kids burnt down the factory. And then there's something else I thought was cheesy. He was like, we've been doing this since the 30s or whatever. He's like, the hobos came in, and so we had to kill all the hobos off. And then it was the hippies came in and tried to sell all the kids drugs. And then in the 90s, we know how much of a burnout those were. And then he said, but your generation is the worst. You make prank videos. Prank videos are worse than drugs and everything.
Right.
Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, just super cheesy. But so I knew that there was something up with the fire thing when that Cole kid was telling the story about it. And when he was telling the story, he just like stopped on the part where he's telling him about it burning down. It's just like, I feel like maybe he has something to do with that. He's not telling the whole story.
Well, hey, that's our spoiler talk, guys.
That's all we got.
We'll see you next time at the cinema.